ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to another World Cup watch along with myself, Chris Watt, and I'm joined by my fellow Football Nation podcast presenter, Crazy Boom. How are you today?
I'm good. Bit weird saying Football Nation, but that's what we are.
Very much so, very much so. So, welcome to today's game. We have got a good one, I would say, Japan versus Croatia. Japan, probably one of the surprise packages of the World Cup. Would you agree?
I would, unless your name is you, Chris, because you're the one that predicted
Yep,
the
I did.
nuclear.
I did predict in a previous episode on the podcast that Japan would do well, but I think they've taken a lot of people by surprise. The kind of high intensity pressing and their determination as well to basically.
And their ability to come back into games when they
Yeah,
go down.
definitely.
Like in that Spanish game, people wrote them off when they went 1-0 down to Spain. Like they.
Yeah, I mean, they're not blessed with world class stars. I mean, they're probably the kind of most well known as Endo, who's the captain, and I think it's Borussia Mönchengladbach. There's not it's either Gladbach or something. It's a German team, and you've got Daisamida who plays for Celtic.
And who plays for Stuttgart, apparently.
Stuttgart. I think he's the captain of Stuttgart. I think.
Mm.
So they've and you've got the young boy Kubo. I think he's out today because they've got a bit of a thigh strain or some sort. So he
And you have Tommy Asu, the Arsenal man.
Yep. So they're not a team that's blessed with world beaters. They've got some good players, but it's I think it's the team ethic of them. They never say die attitude that's got them so far in this competition.
And I enjoyed the Japanese. Like they leave their fans cleaning up. You don't see them often from many other fans.
Definitely. I mean, if you think on it, you look at the first game when I think it was when they were playing the Germans, they were given no chance, absolutely no chance, and then what happens? Bye Germany.
Yep. We were 3 minutes away from both Spain and Germany getting locked out.
Exactly. And then we've got our opponents today, Croatia. Croatia have been a very good outfit. Some world class players, as we know, Modric, Kovacic, Livkovic, the young boy from RB Leipzig, Gvardiol, who's been linked heavily with Chelsea in near every single transfer window for the last two or 3 years now.
Although the only game that they scored in was the Canada one.
Yeah. That's might be a bit of an issue for Croatia. They've not got an out-and-out goal scorer. But it was a surprise because you've got all them kind of creative players in the background, let's say Kovacic, Modric, Brozovic. I mean, Perisic as well on the wing, and you've got the two wing backs. Today it's an Old Firm special with Josip Juranovic on the right and Borna Barisic on the left hand side. So a wee bit of Old Firm spice to it today. But what's your opinion on Croatia? Boom.
My opinion on Croatia is, like you said, I love seeing Modric play. He's quite. They've got some very good talent. You got the self-proclaimed best defender in the world, Dejan Lovren. He's the only man who thinks that, but he has said that before in an interview.
I mean, Lovren has kind of changed his style of play from when he was playing at Liverpool, and now I think he's at Zenit, I believe. Is it still Zenit St. Petersburg he was at last time I checked?
Yeah, I think so.
And then you've got Gvardiol, you've got Livkovic, the goalkeeper, who's highly rated as well. But I think this could be anyone's game, I would say. Because we don't know how Japanese are gonna play against Croatia. If Croatia come out and control the ball, they can hurt any team in the world. It's if they can stop the balls into Modric and Brozovic and Kovacic. But I think we're set up for a great game today.
Hey, I think we're in for an interesting one.
Yep. So, do we discuss what happened last night?
What happened last night? What did happen last night?
Well, we had the French game. We had the French game last night.
Oh, that was a beautiful French game.
Yes.
Beautiful performance by them.
Giroud become the all-time French top goal
He scored more goals than I thought he would this term. He's proved me wrong. I have to say with Giroud.
He proves a lot of people wrong in a lot of cases.
I joked in the beginning because regularly his goal scoring, he's not scored more than 2 goals. This season he has scored quite a few, so I'll give him that this tournament.
And then you've got
Mbappe,
yeah,
beautiful.
What words your kind of words fail me sometimes with Mbappe. I mean, he's got all the off kind of field stuff, his antics, like kind of he's dummy out the pram a lot, but
the ref was determined to give Lewandowski another goal though by the end of that match.
Yeah, but that goal, that second goal was just outstanding. The way he just shifts it onto his right and then fires it past the goalkeeper. He is brilliant. He is brilliant.
Funny story about the other game in the England-Senegal. I fell asleep.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I had it on.
I was
asleep at the end of the first half because it was very boring.
I was in the pub at that time, so excuse me. So I was in the pub at that time, and I was not happy. I thought Senegal kind of they had their chance. They had their chances, but the chances they kind of came few and far between for the Senegalese players. But yeah, it'll be an interesting game. France versus England on Saturday, isn't it? I think it's Saturday night the game is. So
Saturday is what?
The England
France
game?
Saturday the 10th.
Is that a 4 o'clock? Is that a 3 o'clock kickoff or a 7 o'clock kickoff?
7 o'clock kickoff on Saturday.
Nice. So yeah, I mean,
it's a bit. That game's going to be like a bitter sweet one for me as an Irishman because our history with France in games is not the best, and neither is our relationship with England. So
yeah,
it's the lesser of two evils, and that for many Irish people is the French. So we're going to, you see, that's going to change to blue. That's going to change to red for it.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I've got good memories as a Scotland supporter versus France. We beat them twice, Hampden and in the Parc des Princes.
Unfortunately, we have the hand of frog over here. Like cost us a qualification.
The hand of frog.
At one point. Yeah, Mr. Terry, Henri handball. And he admitted to handballing it afterwards, and we never.
So, big up the lads from the Sports Capital. How are we, my man? How are we? We've got Gary. Hi, Gary. How are we? How's Pep? Boom. Question from the Sports Capital.
I've not talked to him Monday, so I don't know how Pep is.
And thank you very much for the new Sports Capital guys. Thank you very much for the new design. Yeah, it looks nice. It's clean. It's very clean. We're happy this is going to go ahead. So yeah, it is nice. It's a nice fresh outlook. And I even lost some facial hair for it as well. So it's all changed around here. I lost some hair. I lost some facial hair. It's all changed.
Everything's different here.
So we're just approaching kickoff just now. So buckle up, guys. And we've got the national anthems just about to start. Japan and Croatia. I'm just going to nip off cam for 2 little seconds. It's clearer than boom is. I think Bunsy's having a good laugh on behalf of Boom, but I'll be right back.
Where could you be getting this information from, Monday? I don't know what you're on about. Japan to win this 2-1. That is a very good prediction, the way the Japanese have been in recent games.
Right, and I'm back. So I had to quickly change into the best nation in the world, Scotland. So, Gary's made a good point there. Whoever wins out of the England-France game is in the final. What do you think about that, Boom?
Well, you would be writing off Spain, Portugal, Switzerland at that point.
Yeah.
I think it's a little early to call, because I do think if we ignore Ronaldo, Portugal do have talent though.
Yeah. I mean, if you look at it as well, I mean, you're also rolling out. I mean, Spain, they look good. They look very good. But my thought process with Spain is they're easy to break down.
You could say that they are a very young team at this point.
Yeah.
Spain. There's a lot of youth.
Yeah.
And whether you think they're ready for this, they might be ready. This Spanish team might be a wonder team next World Cup.
Well, remember you have got the Euros before.
Yeah, but by the time we get to the Euros and the World Cup, this Spanish midfield might be a world class.
Yep. I mean, Pedri and Gavi. I mean, they're the future. They're the future Spanish national team. And then you've got Ferran Torres. I think Ferran Torres is 26.
That's what you're going to come in. Is this team that is it this a bit too early, this World Cup for them? That's the. They have shined in some games, but then they've not shined in others.
There was times there was too much. See that Barcelona kind of play. They're too much passing for passing sake. Where, especially in a World Cup, you need to outscore your opponent. That's the be and end all. And Spain have only done that once, and that was against Costa Rica. I mean, Costa Rica are not
the most of Spain I've seen Spain actually play like you would think Spain would have played all that passing and stuff that they like to do. They haven't done that in previous ones since transitioning from like when they had world class midfield before that. They're starting to do that again, but they don't really have the. You're relying on Morata to get you more than one goal.
Exactly. I mean, you look at that Spain forward line. I mean, Morata's he's 29, maybe 30. He's maybe got one more left in him, World Cup wise. But he's also got the Euros coming up in 2024. So they've not got that. They're not blessed with strikers. Spain, they're blessed with creative midfielders, attacking midfielders.
They've got some decent young wingers too, but they're not really...
exactly. They're not blessed with out and out goal scorers. So the teams are just going after their national anthems. We have got.
Although this tournament, I did not expect. People expensive at Milo.
So
it is my favorite hat.
Gormy Broom has the brightest eye I've ever seen. Yeah, I need to put those sunglasses on. It is quite bright for my eyes as well, Gormy.
Bright hat. It is my hat. It's my favorite hat.
So, like I said, we've got Barisic and Juranovic. A wee bit of old firm spice to added to this Croatian team today. Midfield of Brozovic, Modric, and Kovacic. Perisic, Petkovic, and Kramaric up top for Croatia.
I have multiple hats.
I wonder why it matches a certain flag behind you.
Actually, this is, believe it or not, lighting may dictate it, but this is red and that's orange.
I think it looks very orange from that with the light
No,
on it.
I'm saying I agree. The lighting may make it look, but this is a red hat and that's an orange part of the flag back there. So different color.
Team going are Brazil. I think I want. I know it probably won't happen, but I would love an Argentina-Brazil final. I think they can.
They have to play each other in the semi-finals.
Yeah, I was about to say they need to play each other in the semi-finals if they both get there. Because like I said, we're thummy. We've got the game later on tonight. Neymar versus Son. Will Neymar carry the nation on his back, or will Son go home crying? We will need to find out later on tonight. And catches tonight at 6:45 with kickoff at 7 with your two beautiful hosts again, myself and Boom. And we are underway. So, Boom, what's well, Gormy, like I said, we've got Juranovic playing at right back for Croatia. So it's Celtic versus Celtic, in my opinion. So, Boom, what has been your highlight so far of the World Cup?
My highlight of the interesting question. Honestly, I've looked someone that used to be a big fan of Ronaldo. I actually have loved Messi in this World Cup. I think he's previous tournaments for Argentina, he's gone missing.
He's stepped up to the point this year. Yeah,
this season it's getting his first knockout goal against. It was a beautiful goal against Australia. Yeah. He scored his first World Cup knockout goal.
We've got a first challenge here by Lovren on Dizamaida. It should have been a booking, in my opinion, but yeah, Maida with his pace, he's going to cause a lot that Croatian team a lot of trouble, and it's how Juranovic can handle him. Teammates, after all. Chat, what's been your highlight of the campaign so far? Let's have a wee discussion. What's your highlight been this of the tournament so far? For me, it's got to be. It's probably got to be the way Germany have failed big time in this World Cup. I mean,
it's not on his phone this time, Mr. Controversial.
Sorry, what was that?
Mr. FIFA president, Mr. Controversial. He's
yes,
not on his phone. He's not on his phone this time. He's usually after the game. He starts off looking like this on his phone.
Highlight for Gourmet. Socceroos finishing on the same points as France and only losing to Argentina by 1 goal. I agree. I mean, the Australian national team, they can be proud of what everything done. And unlucky, that should be a goal. A first chance.
Australia, they got that goal against Argentina by a deflection.
Yeah,
but it was a good strike.
But then, I mean,
you take those against a team like Argentina.
100%. Got a high press on from Japan. Maida closing down Livkovic. And he gets there. Oh, Jesus.
You gotta. Does Croatia like to play the game at a slower pace than Japan?
I mean, that's unlucky. Maida closing down Livkovic, getting to the ball, but that ball could have went anywhere. That ball could have went anywhere at all. Luckily for Croatia, I went by for a goal kick. We've got Modric now, who's, what is he, 37, and still an absolute machine.
What's your opinion on, Chris? I don't know if you've seen it, like those, and the Netherlands did it, England did it when they get back to their hotel, all those like singing it.
I mean,
there's a lot of big controversial opinions on that. I've seen on Twitter.
I mean, yes, I can understand why they're doing it, but have a battle. I mean, I would say a bit of respect, but I don't know. It's one of those ones.
For me, it's like I'm not sure I agree with it. Like the round of 16 to be
Yeah.
that.
To answer
You
Gommy's
you
question,
get to the semi-final, I would.
yeah, exactly. Yes, Gormy Don did start because Kubo is out injured. But yeah, I think I did have to laugh at the Dutch with Louis van Gaal joining in and that kind of Van Gaal. He's brilliant. He's brilliant for the
Yeah.
media. He's brilliant for the media. I don't agree with some of his kind of tactics. I mean, you see the first half when he was at Man United, it wasn't the best football that we've seen at Man United, but yeah. So
He plays very boring football, Van Gaal, to me, but it gets results
yeah,
now and again. Like I said, he's suited for international management,
yeah,
but that doesn't work in club football. It's very.
I agree. I'm just trying to think any other highlights I've so far from the group stages, and I mean the other one, the Golden Generation. Do you think that is it completely over them from Belgium?
You see, I always thought that it's the managers for that kind of thing. I think he should have been gone. I'm of the opinion that they should have got rid of him a very, very long time ago. He was
Yeah,
not good enough for that. He wasted that golden generation. At this point, like Kevin De Bruyne said, they're too old, but
yep.
they needed a better manager at that point when they had them at the right age.
I mean, we were kind of chatting to it off off
Yeah,
air.
but a better manager, Gormy, in that semi-final against Brazil 4 years ago would have got them through that tactic-wise. They were set up completely wrong when it went to them. In my opinion, after they did the hard work and then they completely blew it, Belgium. They got past like certain.
I mean, you look at that. I mean, no manager can fault. No, sorry, no manager could change those Lukaku misses though. Those three in very, very quick succession.
Yeah, but this manager picked up a not ready Lukaku. Anyone looked at Lukaku and said he was not ready to come to this World Cup and brought him on for 45 minutes. And you saw what he did. He wasted their good chance. Put any other striker in those chances, one of them's getting scored. Yeah. Anyone that isn't Lukaku at that moment, not ready for it. The choice to bring him on was the manager. It's the same thing with the Wales manager. Aaron Ramsey. Why is he in that team?
Gareth Bale as well.
Yeah. Wasn't good enough to even in that team.
Yep.
Have them on the bench for their leadership. Other than that, no.
Yeah, I agree. But I mean, I do agree with what Gormy is saying, and also agree with what you're saying, Boom. It is the thing is with, I mean, there we go. The players play, the managers, and yeah, I agree with that side of things. Like let's say the Lukaku situation, he shouldn't be there. He's just back from an injury. He's about mistake by Japan. Perisic is in.
Still
and that looked like a handball.
We'll see if VAR has any intervention of this, but for now, Japan survived.
Yeah, Japan survived. It was a mistake by, I think it was Tomiyasu. Yes, it was. Mistake by Tomiyasu. Let Perisic in his North London rival. It's a good save there. See there. He looks like he's on the ground when he hands it, but play continues.
Depends on whether VAR wants to
intervene. Yeah, I mean, I've noticed that VAR's not been intervening as much.
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm a bit skeptical about that because
I mean, in the group stages, there was a lot of controversial decisions with handballs and stuff. For the Portugal penalty that Bruno did score and that.
Yeah,
I didn't against Europe. I didn't think that was a handball.
Nah. I mean, Gommy's made a good point there. Bim's point is Pep's fault for Man City not winning the Champions League. It's the players.
I think Pep overthinks his tactics. That is my argument for that.
And I had this argument in our group chat about Pep Guardiola. He's not the greatest manager of all time. If he was, he would won one more Champions Leagues than he already has. It's because he had Lionel Messi playing the best football he's ever had. And since then, he's never won a Champions League.
He could have beaten Chelsea, but he decided in that game, you know what, I'm not going to play a defensive midfielder at all. We're going to just go for it.
And Chelsea, being Chelsea at that time, ground out the result.
They nicked it.
I wouldn't say they nicked it. Come on.
What I mean by it was mostly City attack because they were going for it. But you tactically set up properly to counter that. Because you actually thought it through tactically. Pep just thought he had the materials to attack it because they play all each other.
I mean, I always remember that
particular year. I think Tuchel has beaten Pep quite a few times that year coming into that final, which probably played into his mind of overthinking it again.
Yeah. I mean, there's Gomi again. He hasn't had a striker at City. Now he does. But he's also had some pretty...
I know he's not much of a striker, but he did have Jesus on the bench.
He never used him.
He never wanted to use him.
It's like...
He didn't have a world-class striker. He had a striker on the bench.
Chelsea had Kai Havertz up front for them majority of the game.
Because you had Romelu Lukaku as your striker. Didn't want... Well, no, you had Timo as your striker that year with the Champions League and didn't want to play him because he's Timo and missed every shot.
Yep. Exactly. That's asking.
Sometimes you can have a striker, but you just don't want to use a striker.
Yeah. Gomi's made a good point as well. When Jesus played, he was always coming on as a winger. Never a striker.
Pep didn't want to play with strikers that season regardless, so he was playing him as a winger.
A false nine.
Pep that year said, I'm not playing with a striker, we're playing for... And it worked in the league for him. He said, I'm not playing with a striker.
Yep. The way I look at Man City now is everything now goes through Haaland. And rightly so. He's probably one of the best strikers. He's going to be one of the best strikers in the world.
He now has a world-class striker, so he's using a striker in his systems.
Yep. But, like we said, excuse me, De Bruyne's not getting any younger. Who's going to take over from him? Foden's more of a winger than anything. And, unlucky.
And you've seen it this season in certain games. This City team is not as invincible as what it used to be. You can get it. People have gotten at this City team this season.
Exactly.
Like Brentford, they ground out a 2-1 win against them. And teams like Newcastle got a 3-3 draw with them. You can get it. There are some days Haaland looks unbeatable, but there are some days you can get at Kevin De Bruyne and Haaland.
Yeah, Alvarez is some player.
He's some player. I feel bad for Alvarez because he joined Man City, but they have Erling Haaland. You would play Erling Haaland.
Yeah.
So he has to sit on the bench and get his minutes here and there.
Do you see a scenario that?
Because when they did that future transfer, Haaland wasn't anywhere near City at that point.
Yep.
When he agreed to this future transfer with them.
I was going to say, do you think they changed kind of Alvarez's style of play to make him an inside forward to play off of? I've
seen them do Argentina do that in the World Cup. They might get Pep thinking that maybe there's an option there.
Yeah, bring back the 4-4-2, as Mike Tomlinson once said. We're going to play 4-4-2.
I wouldn't put it past Pep to randomly just say, bam, 4-4-2, let's go.
Yeah. But then you lose likes of players like Rodri or Bernardo Silva type of thing. Why not just play a 4-2-4? Play a 4-2-4. Go all guns blazing.
Although he has seen Rodri makes a decent centre back these days.
Centre back for Spain.
Yeah. So that's another thing he can put on the what am I going to do a random tactic this week on his board.
Exactly.
It's opened new possibilities this World Cup for Pep.
I mean, it's opened new possibilities for a lot of teams. If you think a lot of managers, because we've seen like you said, Rodri at City, Foden left mid, Haaland and Alvarez at top, Silva right mid, De Bruyne and Rodri centre mid. What about Bernardo Silva? Who I think Bernardo Silva is probably one of the best creative midfielders in the Premier League, in my opinion. He's outstanding.
Wasn't he linked with like a leave?
Yeah, he was linked to go to Barcelona.
I think he saw that he was getting to the point where Pep was probably not gonna. Was thinking of not using him as much because of the amount of players that he's been getting.
Yep. Oh, pardon me. I like to play a kind of diamond 4-4-2. Have Rodri as a centre, like the kind of sitting defender, Silva, and then Foden.
Anyone that's there, that is not a good deal.
Yeah.
No one take that offer.
Any mods.
You love to hate those robots.
But so we're 60 minutes into the game. Probably Japan have had the best opportunity with Daiza Maeda, kind of close, but that chance for Croatia not too long ago. You can see the two teams they're kind of cancel each other out in a way, because like we said earlier on the lead up, Japan like kind of fast build up play, whereas the Croatians, it's a bit of a mistake by Barisic there. Poor touch by the Japanese winger. But
the Japanese have a lot of energy, whereas the Croatians like to conserve it.
There's a chance for Daiza Maeda. Oh, just missing Maeda's shiny ball.
He was defended by Batman.
Yes.
Anyone does, man. Son likes to be Batman for South Korea.
So I think we know where Guardiola's going in January. If not January, probably the summer. Probably going to be Chelsea. He's been linked with Chelsea, like we said, for the last 3 transfer windows, January and the summer ones as well. But it's how much is it going to cost? Oh, that's a bad foul by Guardiola. Batman has came right through.
He thought he saw one of his villains in the representing Japan and went straight for a clobber.
That's a bad challenge on Dylan. Yeah, definitely, Gormy.
Listen, I find recently, if you notice the last few transfer windows, every player gets linked. Every player that's linked to Chelsea is linked to United, and every player that's linked to United is now linked to Chelsea. In the same news reports, you see Chelsea and United's name linked to the same player every single time. And especially last summer, I saw every player, and you read on Chelsea, United, every single paper.
Yeah, definitely.
And I'm like, have we have the same shopping list, or what is someone found the shopping list for poet? We just go next, like one person's copying the other person's shopping list like this.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, see, the thing is, Mendy is a bit injury prone. Bale's so bad. Bale's so bad. Best player for England is Jude Bellingham. You can't deny that. Bellingham is outstanding. And that Madrid midfield, if it does happen, is going to be scary. Tuchemi, Camavinga, and Bellingham. That's going to be a scary, scary midfield.
And what's
if that
scary
happens.
is I could see that happen. I could
Yeah.
see them getting him.
Well,
I know
Alfonso Davies coming.
Liverpool fans keep saying he's coming to Liverpool, but you never know.
Yeah. I don't see how he fits into that Liverpool team. I really don't see how he fits into that Liverpool team.
People on the hope that he's definitely coming now just because of how close Henderson seems to be with him when they celebrate.
Yeah. But if you notice, Valverde's been playing more as a wide midfielder than a holding midfielder.
I say Valverde is usually the right winger these days.
Yeah. So you've got Vinicius on the left, you've got Valverde on the right, and then you've got Benzema up front.
Like if you watch, like I've seen Real Madrid a few times because I follow them, but they usually play him as like a right winger most times when they don't play Asensio. When they play Asensio, he's a midfielder, but when they don't, and Asensio wants to leave. If you the rumors in the last few seasons, anyway. So,
well, I think he's out of contract next summer, is it?
Yeah.
So
I reckon they'll be playing Valverde their majority as a winger.
Hey, Jono. If I was Rodrigo, I'd be looking to leave Real Madrid. I mean, that's the way I look at it. I mean, Rodrigo, he's had a few chances at Real, but I think I don't know. It's one of those ones. Like you said, does he wait, or does he move on? It's where does he go? Does he go maybe Prem, Bundesliga, Italian league, back to Brazil? I mean, we don't know. I mean, because if rumors are true, Real Madrid are after that young boy Endrick as well. I think every club's after that boy Endrick from Palmeiras.
Yeah, he looks like a young, beautiful talent.
Yeah.
But you got to look at yourself with Rodrigo. Does he score enough throughout the season?
Nah.
Like he had those beautiful 2 goals in the Champions League against Man City that kept them in it, but does he score enough most of the time?
I mean that boy, that's a good shout from Gorley. Go to Dortmund. Do a swap deal, part money for Bellingham. Send Rodrigo as well to Dortmund.
That is a good possibility.
Now that's football manager dreams. Endrick, Mukoko, and Rodrigo.
That's when you put on the in-game editor, and you just transfer those straight to your club.
Yep.
And they just you do a video and you call it an experiment, just because you want to just see what happens.
Oh.
They got revenge on Batman.
Yep.
From the earlier incident.
Yeah. I think Guardiola's just checking he's got his meat and 2 veg still. But
you have those interesting outfits of Qatar outfits with Croatia flags on them.
Bring in Weston McKay to replace Jude Bellingham and have it playing with Gio. I think Gio Reyna will leave Dortmund. I think he needs to leave Dortmund. If he's going to progress, I think he needs to leave Dortmund. But I don't know where we go. Yeah, that's true. That's true, Gormy. Oh, shank by Guardiola there. So far, it's been very, very tactical, I would say, from both teams. Not much goal mouth action.
A lot of like fouls now and again.
Yeah.
Croatia are very much trying to stop the energy of Japan.
Very much so.
Kind of game plan.
There's a good point by Gary. Newcastle going to big screen giant and this summer. What do you think about that?
Well, I think they can definitely do it. But if you've seen their transfers, Newcastle have been more like conservative with their money.
Yeah.
They've been buying players that no one would think they would buy, but they turn out very good. Like in the league, Bruno Guimaraes, though he didn't have a very impressive game for Brazil in the last one, he is a talented player.
Exactly. Chance here for Croatia, and it's. Do you know, there's similarities, right? I think we kind of talked about this maybe in a podcast before. The similarities to what Newcastle are doing that what Man City done when they first got their multi-billions, oil-rich owners. They bought sensible players that's build up the brand of Man City, and it was going to be Newcastle United. I think they still need, depending on how long Isaac's going to be out for, they need another striker to cover Callum Wilson. Because if Wilson gets injured, which we know Wilson is tend to be injury prone, they need another striker. I mean, because Crispwood isn't that goal. That guy's going to go you 20, 30 goals a season.
He's the one that's going to keep you in the league. He was Burnley's keep us in the league, man.
Exactly. I mean, again, St. Maximan's injury prone as well. That's the thing. They've got players that are brilliant, like Almiron, St. Maximan, Guimaraes, Wilson, Isaac when he's fit. They need somebody that. Well, it has happened. Gormy. I mean, St. Maximan's hamstrings, because of his pace, they pop quite regularly.
I will say about Isaac, like I watched him at Real Sociedad, and
yeah,
he's not appeared to be much of a player for me in the Real Sociedad system. He was really good when he came to the Prem in that first game.
Yeah, against Liverpool.
Which that's the more he did than he's ever done at Real Sociedad that I've watched.
It's like FM profile, go on holiday. How long for? Indefinitely. But we've got a chance here. Perisic, left wing.
Kept it in, but crossed it to no one.
Jaranovic is coming.
Gonna whip it back in, but also to no one.
Exactly. Back over to Borna Barisic from Rangers. Whips it in. Oh.
Japan just do enough.
Yeah. He came from Borussia Dortmund, if my memory serves me correct, Gormy. You think this is going to be a lot of the Croatian players last kind of
because a lot of them are like their average age in this game is 29.9.
Oof. I mean, this is definitely Modric's last tournament. Well, he does maybe if he does a Euros, we'll be surprised.
Yeah, well, you gotta look at like it's definitely the last World Cup for players like Perisic. He's like 33 now.
Yep.
Dejan Lovren also 33.
Yeah. The best player in the world never to win the Ballon d'Or, as he says.
And then one that has won the Ballon d'Or, Luka Modric on 37.
Exactly. I mean, I think. I mean, I've seen this Croatian team live at Scotland when Scotland played them. Modric is he's just something else.
But you have like players like Gardeval, who's very young, so
he's 20.
Yeah, so he has a few more in him. He'll have a completely different team the next time he's at a World Cup.
Yeah. I mean, for Modric's age, the way he dictates a game at his pace. I mean, he's always
the fact, like in the Champions League, like for last season, he was a big part of Real Madrid's succession of getting to that final to eventually beat Liverpool 1-0.
It's a good ball down the line. Nagatomo, who is never ages. I mean, I remember when he was playing for Inter Milan.
There are certain players that are like that, to just have the same energy.
Yeah.
Like a man who surprises me that he still is trying to play his football is Latin every single day of that man's age. He refuses to quit.
I don't think we'll be seeing Zlatan much longer because of his injuries.
I think his body's trying to tell him to quit, but he refuses to quit.
Yeah.
He's like, no, I'm coming back.
His body's like, please stop. Please.
This is not something someone pushing on 42 soon is capable. He's like, no, we're playing. Like,
I mean, that's one player I love. I mean, obviously my guy's been a Chelsea supporter, but Kovacic, the way he moves with a ball, he's vision as well. He's brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
He's also a bit mad. I saw him after like one United Chelsea game where he was suddenly in his underpants.
Yes. I literally do not know what that was for.
The camera panned off him for a second, full kit on, and then the next second in his under. Like, that man is a speed changer. He's the first one on the bus, I tell you.
There we go.
Everyone has the top half off, and he's already changed fully and ready on the bus.
Modric
looking for those care about club football in the Bundesliga. Bruno Labbadia is now the manager of Stuttgart.
Oh. So do you think
bring that back to Endo, who plays for Stuttgart?
Exactly. Do we think Roberto Martinez will get back into club football very soon, or do you think he'll take a break off football?
I think he needs a break so people don't start looking at the Belgian team.
Yeah.
I don't think his jobs will be piling up after the Belgian performance.
I mean,
although it was funny. It was funny to see him moonwalk out of an interview.
Yeah. Gotta go in style.
Although it was interesting to see at least Romelu can hit the target. Did you see him like punch out the dugout before he left?
I felt that dugout's pain, like literally getting Lukaku's right hand.
I feel bad for your man that was just chilling on his phone and just got hit with the side of the dugout out of nowhere.
Well,
unfortunate placing for that man.
Here's a good point from Gormy. I think there'll be plenty of players from the Australian team, Japan, and South Korea getting linked to clubs after the World Cup. I agree, because half of them playing.
A few Canadians moving to different clubs after their.
Well, one's already signed for Celtic. Alistair Johnson signed for Celtic.
I was going to bring that up. Like, there's a few Canadians moving around.
Yep.
Different.
But the striker for South Korea, Cho, is it? He's been linked with Celtic and Gormy's team, Borussia Dortmund. I mean, he's been linked with that one. But half the Australian team plays in Scotland. Wide up. Oh, take the ball with you. That's a foul. Silly foul.
By the way, you were correct before that he went from Borussia Dortmund to Real Sociedad, Mr. Alexander Isaac.
I like Isaac when he's fit. Good player. Good player.
He's a very quick player, Isaac.
I agree. But like Gomez says, I mean, it's gonna be interesting. This yeah. I mean, like
The person at the moment is being linked to a lot of people is Gakpo.
Yeah. Real Madrid are now interested in him, I think. I mean,
that's what I'm saying. A lot of people are interested in him.
I mean, the one
his price is going up and up.
Yeah. I mean, the one that doesn't go away is the Man United rumor. But
yeah, the only reason why the United rumor doesn't go away because for personal terms and stuff, it would be very easy to negotiate that.
Yeah.
Mainly because same agent as Eric Ten Hag is probably the easiest personal negotiations that you could possibly do with the agent of him and the player because direct contact. The problem is that PSV now have a lot more. Like they wanted 50 million for him, they could probably charge a lot more after this World Cup. To be fair to them,
yeah, his price is just going up and up and up.
The longer the Netherlands stay in this, that's why I'm hoping Argentina pump several past them. Lower the price back down.
There we go. Isaac went from AAK Stockholm to Dortmund to Real Sociedad to Newcastle to the injury table.
I mean, you see, that's what happened. Like Premier League, different kind of level with the intensity.
Yep.
Probably wasn't
different intensity.
Whereas Al Nazir is waiting to hear back from Ronaldo
for £250 million a year. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, they sent the official proposal. Apparently, he's thinking about the World Cup at the moment, and he'll answer them fully when he's done.
Just too much money. I mean, what are you supposed to do with that kind of money?
Well, part of that money is to go to the Piers Morgan fee as well as the agent fee because you got to negotiate with Piers Morgan nowadays for Ronaldo because he knows everything.
I mean, because there was also rumours going around that Saudi Arabia wanted Messi to go to be their figurehead for their bid to become their poster boy for the World Cup, but they'll be going up against Argentina, who want to host the I think it's the one after the USA. So you think on it. I mean, Messi's not going to choose Argentina over Saudi Arabia to become the poster boy. I mean, it's his home country. Ronaldo.
That's what I'm saying. They're going to use Ronaldo as that poster boy for their World.
I mean, it's just like Neymar was a poster boy for the Qatar World Cup because he plays for PSG.
I'm hoping that Ireland and the UK's bid for the Euros in 2028 is accepted.
Same.
Just because then Ireland don't have to go through a qualifier again.
Same as Scotland.
So for the main reason, this is like qualifiers don't work with the Irish, so we might as well let's just get in. Let's do the Qatar and Canada method. Let's just go in.
Yep.
do a thing. Let's just be there.
Hey,
We qualify.
we qualified ahead of Ireland this tournament, so
That's because with our manager, I told this in the podcast episode. we ruin it in the beginning of our tournaments, and then we turn up at the end of the qualifying tournament. Like we blow it in the beginning, and then actually play good football at the end of the thing, because we like, even in the Nations League, we do terrible in the first two games, then beat Scotland 3-0 playing good football. Like, where did that come from? Where was that in the beginning?
Yep. Got a counter attack on here. Japan. It's a good ball for Dazamaida. Takes on Juranovic. Juranovic holds him up. Good ball back in. It's petered out slightly. It's a nice little flick. That's a foul. That's got to be a foul. Dazamaida. Good ball. Cuts it back. Oh. Good play from Dazamaida and from Japan. Good advantage by the American referee as well to let Japan go on. Kamada doesn't get it all right. He's just squared it back to Endo there. We're coming 5 minutes to half time. I wouldn't say there's been much. Yep, the ref is American.
Like example with Ireland, we can get a 0-0 draw and a 1-1 draw against the top two, which was Serbia and Portugal in our Euro group. But then we lose 1-0 to Luxembourg. That's what cost us in that.
Yep, I agree, Cormac.
Like, our opening games of the thing, we lose just narrowly to Serbia in their first game, like Euros 3-2, and then we lose 1-0 to Luxembourg.
I'll try and find out who the ref is for you, Gorman. Give me 2 seconds.
And in Portugal, we outplayed Portugal in Portugal, but then Ronaldo, in the added time, does what Ronaldo does now and again.
The referee today is Ismail El Fath.
I'm guessing by the chat we may be about to see something.
Yep. Is it?
You are ahead of us. So,
Gormy.
We're not anywhere there yet. Save the surprise for Chris, and who actually, if it's his boy.
Come on, don't do this.
We might have a very happy Chris with this corner here. Don't
do this to me. Oh, there's Lothar Matthäus. He's still at the World Cup.
I cross into the box here. It gets
Another
headed
corner.
out. Gonna have another. Maybe it's from this corner that we see Chris's boy. Another
good ball in.
Short one this time. Gets crossed in. Beautiful cross. And it gets scored into the net.
Dazamaida! Bang! Back of the net!
By Chris's boy.
Come on, Dyson!
And the Japanese are 1-0 up in this game. A bunch of happy Japanese faces and distraught Croatians. The corner taken short, then passed out into the midfield, and then crossed in.
Scotland forever! Go on, Maida.
A beautiful cross into the box that gets a lucky bounce down that goes that the Croatian players miss, and then it's pounced on by the Celtic man. All the Croatians missed it. It followed down nicely, ready to be cleared. Although VAR is trying to ruin the party.
If you ruin this party, go on, Maeda.
A very attentive look on Maeda's face while he waits to see a VAR.
Goal has been given.
VAR does not want to ruin the party. It comes up now and again. Try and ruin it.
Absolute outstanding performance so far from Germany. Yes, we're doing not bad, Gary. We are doing not bad. Okay, we are.
Yeah, they're in the Nations League, League A, where England got relegated from.
I was just literally about to say that. You beat me to it. But with Dyson Maeda, that is his first goal at the tournament. He's been so far for the Japanese, but it's a great goal for Dyson Maeda. And it's 1-0. It's 1-0 Celtic versus Celtic so far. As Dyson Maeda scores against Josef Juranovic. We are into 2 minutes of add-on time, just before half time. What's your thoughts so far, Boom, about the first half so far?
It's been, as we would have expected, a very tight game between, like I said, Croatia like to play at a slower tempo. Japan like to be energetic. They were doing a good job, Croatia, and not letting Japan be as energetic if they want to be. But they got... It's the hand of a Croatian playing the Japanese onside with their automatic detection system.
Yep. Yeah, for those who have not seen it yet, that is a very, very close call for Dyson Maeda's goal. It was touch and go there, literally, and a fingernail kept one side.
But it was a beautiful taken goal. Like I said, it was crossed in, but there was no Croatians there to clear it. They all missed it, and it fell beautifully to the running of the Celtic man, who was the only one that noticed where the ball was going. Everyone else just let it go.
Gorby. The power of anime is going to help Japan's South Korea to the quarterfinal. By the power of anime!
The power of God and anime on my side. You ever see that meme where it's like, I got the power of God?
Yes. Yes.
Although there's a new... I did see the people comparing it to there's a new football anime in Japan called Blue Lock, and they basically comment Japanese to that recently. I've seen on Twitter.
Well, it's currently half-time. Just half the whistle just went. It is currently Japan.
It's not cartoons, it's an art form.
It's currently Japan 1, Croatia 0 at half-time. So the story of the first half, it was very, very tactical. I would say Japan try to force a kind of high-pressing game. Croatia, they've got a lot to...
Croatia now need to come out of their shells a bit more in the second half, which is going to make it interesting.
Definitely. And yeah, it's one of those ones we are kind of... It's going to be an interesting second half because Croatia now need to come out and attack, which
it means we may see more of Modric in this game.
Yeah, that's a good point. We've not seen much of Modric in this first half. He's been quite quiet compared to previous campaigns. I do agree, Gorman. And I did say Japan would surprise everyone, and my prediction is coming true. Just want to say that's a kind of awesome people you want on your podcast.
I did give you credit for it.
Exactly. Me and Boom, yeah. But yes, so we're going to kind of come away from this game just now, and we're going to talk about tonight's game, Brazil versus South Korea. What do you think tonight? Do you think Neymar's going to do it for Brazil, or is
in my head? I'm just thinking, how many rolls is Neymar going to do? The man's going to roll at least once.
Yeah,
guaranteed.
I mean, that's a good. In fact, quickly changing there. So this is a good point from Gormy. They're all like Bundesliga players and then Celtic. So they have got a lot of Bundesliga players, but there's 3 players at Celtic just now who have never even got into the team. Kyogo Furuhashi, Rio Hatate, and Yosuke Iraguchi, who I think is still at Celtic, but he's been kind of lost in the game for Celtic. But Kyogo was a big surprise not getting called up, so was Hatate. Hyun Sung Min and the football anime will win 2-1 in extra time. Oft Gormy with the big prediction. I'm going to go. I'm sorry, but Son's going to be crying. I'm going to say it's going to be 3-0 to 3-0 to Brazil. They've just got too much going forward. That's the thing. They've got too much going forward, and the defense is really good as well. See, I don't think Son's performed. That's the thing. I don't think Son's performed this tournament at all. I don't know if it's maybe because of his Batman mask or because his peripheral vision's maybe not as good. But I just think that it has been a wee bit off this tournament.
I'm back. Sorry, I thought I would grab something while you start listing your lovely Celtic players.
Yes, thank you very much. But yeah, see, the thing is, right? I've just kind of said to that to Gormy. See, this Brazilian team, they've got so much going forward. And would you agree that Son has not done well this tournament?
Oh yeah, Son has been complete. Apart from that true ball, the beautiful true ball, to send them through to the next round. That's the first thing he's done this entire tournament.
Yep.
It's been the rest of South Korea against the other teams.
I mean, let us say the striker for South Korea, the guy Cho, I think it is. He's playing with Dortmund and Celtic and a few other clubs after the World Cup. His price is going to go up and up and up and up and up. Yeah. The thing is, like you said, people sleep on them because they aren't an amazing nation and don't have huge.
Then you have Kim.
And they've got Kim, who plays for Napoli. That 6'7" giant.
Not many people that the back five of Kims terrify me. Too many Kims.
Too many Kims. I mean, I just think that Brazil will just have too much for them tonight. The way Brazil play is.
I mean, I brought this up on the watch along that I did that as I said in the thing, you were going to be there, Chris, for that one.
Yes.
Was that the internet with the Brazil one? I commented that a press conference from Casemiro when he was at the conference said them as defending type players often feel bad for every other team that they don't have the options in attack that Brazil do.
Yeah.
On the bench. He says he often feels sorry for the other nations at that point.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what people think about Brazil. I see things with Brazil. They are probably the best equipped nation this tournament, I would say.
Yeah, although they have been hit with some injuries with the likes of Gabriel Jesus, and Alex Telles, their backup left back and their backup striker.
Yeah, but I mean, they've still got like
they still got Pedro. They still have Rodrigo who can fill in.
Richarlison. They've still got them as well. What do you call him? I mean, now obviously Neymar's back. They're just disgustingly well talented.
Martinelli is talented.
Martinelli, yeah. This is, I mean, the thing is with Martinelli, I mean, he was given his chance in the last game, the last group game for Brazil. He didn't really take it. Would you agree?
Yeah, he did look lively though. In that game.
But I think Martinelli. This was.
I think they were lacking the final kind of thing in that game.
The final
they were creating a lot of things in that Cameroon game.
Sorry, I'm just laughing at the chat.
Damn it, John didn't turn up. You see, Twitch. I find that Twitch has added a lot more ads than what they've used to.
See, we need to get that ad revenue. I mean, this is not going to pay for itself.
we still got to pay Chris's appearance fee.
Exactly. I mean,
he's a big man.
Exactly. I mean, I've turned down Sky Sports. I've turned down BT Sports. this is why I'm here today. I mean, I said it was how.
Sure, he joked in the Discord. He was charging us for his voice now. So
I see, I said it was internet problems. I was actually on Sky Sports News, doing a bit of a. I mean, it's just getting too. I'm just getting too big for that. I'm just getting too big for the podcast now. I need to take my right hand man with me as well, and boom. So we'll go back to the series stuff now. So, who's winning the tournament?
I'm still at this moment in time. I still think Brazil.
You still think Brazil? I think it's going to be between Brazil and Argentina. If Brazil can keep up their scoring form, then yes. But I just want Messi to win the World. I just want Messi to win the World Cup, and then
for Messi to win the World Cup, you will have to in the semi-final beat this Brazilian team, which will be the biggest test.
Well, I mean, like I said, I mean that's maybe
that's the Copa America final all over again.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? It could be South Korea. They played tonight. We may see a shock. It's just one of those ones. I think those two are the two nations to beat at this moment in time is Brazil and Argentina.
Everyone's dreaming. Everyone's wet dream is a Ronaldo Messi final.
I hope not, because I don't like Ronaldo.
Yeah, I get that argument, but I'm saying that's like if you look at everyone's predictions, if they're not an English fan, because English fans think England are going to win it, that's their prediction. But anyone that's not an English fan is trying to predict a Ronaldo Messi final because they just want it for football Twitter that day. Yeah, Warzone. No matter what you say, if that was the final.
Yep. I mean, if, like you said, if that gets to the final, social media is... I'm not going to go on social media at all. Not at all.
There's both sides of the GOAT debate fighting with each other that entire 90 minutes on Twitter.
Yeah. I mean, if you think on it, there's only one goat for me, and that's Messi. Of this modern time, the way he's performing, it was his 1,000th game. And his goals scoring.
I've always described Messi as a person who was born with talent, and Ronaldo worked his ass off to get into that conversation.
Yeah, I agree with that. I do agree with that.
Because Ronaldo was not nearly as, when he was a youngster going up the thing, this talented. He was developed into.
We need an all-anime quarterfinal.
There's a Japanese side of Twitter will be going mad if that happens.
And the Scottish side.
And Celtic.
One half.
And the Celtic side.
Yeah, one half of Scottish football.
The good side of Scottish.
Aye. Attack on Titan. Attack on Titan versus Naruto. One punch versus Godzilla. Hey, what about Dragon Ball? What about Goku? Goku versus Naruto? Aye, but how do you think we're going to see this game finish up?
Luffy versus Sasuke, you know.
So, Boom, how do you think we're going to see this game finish up?
I think Japan have it in them to see this out.
Do you think so? Do you think
if from a Croatian perspective, you're looking at Luka Modric to try and
they don't really have much going forward. I mean,
because that being said, at the moment on the ratings, Luka Modric is the worst player in Croatia, ratings-wise.
I mean,
he's
that's
on
surprising.
6.1. That's
surprising. Yeah, I mean, Croatia does have to lay it on the line. Croatia needs. They need something to click into gear. I mean, they've got the nice passing, but they've got nothing going forward.
If you're coming for a Croatia, what you want is an early goal second half.
Yeah. And you want to try and, you want to try and maybe tire the Japanese out a little bit. Maybe try and keep the possession a wee bit more. Make them run about a wee bit more. Spread the play.
Because next goal counts for either. If someone gets the next goal, that's going to completely demoralize one of these two sides for a bit.
Yep. I was just watching Mbappe's masterclass yesterday.
Beautiful Mbappe goal. Top goal scorer of this World Cup.
Yep.
If anyone predicted Mbappe in our competition, you're looking very good. I don't know who predicted who. But in our goal scoring competition, if anyone said Mbappe.
So, I'm going to go say 2-1 to Japan in the second half. I think Japan will just sneak it through with the power of anime.
That's what they're blaring in their headphones. They have anime opening teams in their headphones when they walk into the stadium to hype themselves up.
There's no change. Looks like there's no change at half time for either side. So
it's not 90 minutes for them. It's just one episode of an anime for them this entire game.
So, got a question for you, Boom, from Gary. Boom, who would you like to see replace Ronaldo?
Interesting question. See, there's no really one that's scream at. If we're being unrealistic, Mbappe. It'll never happen. It'll never happen. But he was linked. It'll never happen. It's just the papers going, United need a striker. Let's link him with a striker that will never move unless we make him the king of Manchester.
Thought it was a bit of a foul there on. Oh, almost.
But unrealistic, you're looking at the moment like, just if we're talking unrealistic Mbappe, we're talking realistic, probably Gakpo is what we're looking at.
But Gary,
think of the thing, it's Gakpo and then also linked with Chelsea, but the backup is apparently Rafael Leao.
Rafael
He's
Leao.
Also a Chelsea link down again. That man.
Yeah.
But those are the two names realistically on the conversation.
And yeah, I mean, like Gomez says, no one can replace Ronaldo. Yeah.
Then you have like Ozyman, like is a name that's like that we can get. Whether we could get, he might be one for the summer because of how good Napoli are doing this season.
Again, I don't think Napoli want to sell anyone in the kind of winter.
That's what I'm saying. He might be one for the summer because of how well Napoli are doing now.
But again, I mean, depending on how if Napoli do win that league, how much they're going to charge, or how much they can, how much is going to be his price tag. I mean, they're only talking about over 100 million at the moment.
Yeah. I'm saying those are the ones that you would think Gakpo, Ozyman, realistic if we actually did just want to get a striker, but unrealistically Mbappe.
Yeah, I mean,
I think anyone would take Mbappe. They know it would never happen, but
I mean, the one you could go for is staying you right on the field right now. Go for Diaz Almeida. I mean, he's outstanding. Celtic will charge you 45 million for him. I mean, cheap as chips.
Listen, to be honest, the moment United come in, you might as well ask for 60 million. We'd probably pay it.
Exactly.
If United come in for anyone, the price. Oh, United add an extra 40 million on top of that.
Yep.
Pay it.
There's a good point for what Gomez is putting there. Japan's goalkeeper.
I think Forest need.
They need a goalkeeper.
Gorman, you think 21 players is not enough for Forest?
No, 23 actually.
You want to add more? You want to go for that 30 player mark?
Because they've just signed that Brazilian boy from Palmeiras on a free transfer.
You want to add an extra bus, Gorman? Is that what you're doing for another player? That's what we have. We're going to be adding an extra bus on top of them.
Yeah, who was the Brazilian just bought yesterday?
No, I don't keep up with Forest. Even my uncle does support. My uncle's a Forest fan, but I don't follow.
Gustavo Scarpa. That's who has just signed for Nottingham Forest.
Never heard.
Played for Palmeiras. What kind of position is he? He's an attacking midfielder. Let's check his stats out. Gustavo Scarpa. So for Palmeiras this season, he was 35 matches, 7 goals, 12 assists, and 3 yellow cards. That's not bad.
Yeah, you are though taking a risk on players from like Brazilian.
Yeah, Brazil.
At the age of 28.
Exactly. Oh, the Japanese player just slipped at the wrong moment there. But again, we're in Japan on the attack again.
Can this man really change far as the season around?
I don't think even the Moses could change the way the tide is going for Nottingham Forest. It's sad. I mean, it was nice to see them back in the Premier League, but they've virtually done a film. They bought all these players on big wages, and they're just not.
No, I was told they had to buy some of these players because most of their team did leave. But the fact, in my opinion, they bought the wrong caliber of type of player.
Exactly. Like, I mean, I think they had 15 players leave in the summer there.
Yeah, including their starting keeper.
Yeah. That's a bit of that's a massive overhaul, and it's kind of came back and kicked in the back in the ass basically because
lost the team dynamic. You get a bunch of people that have never played together to play football together. You've got like Sarge Aurier, not really the man I would trust in my defense.
No chance.
And Dean Henderson has the ego of Ronaldo.
Yeah.
For a man that hasn't won anything.
Yeah. Juranovic whips a ball in, and it's easily done by Maya Yoshida. He's a name that's a lot of people remember from Southampton days. Maya Yoshida. Oh.
Croatia are protesting here.
Oh, that's gotta be close.
Croatia were protesting.
Yeah, I think they need to wait till the
The
ball goes out of play. Kamada and Dan Don are very good players. I can see him at Celtic. Let's have a look
see
at
the replay here now.
Barisic with a good ball in. He has got a hold of him. He has got a hold of him. Oh, that's under no check.
Is that Harry Maguire versus Iran all over again?
Yeah. There we go. Total receptions for you, Gormy. Kamada's got 10 and Doan's got 9 and Petkovic has got 10 between the midfield and defensive lines. Just shows you how influential Kamada and Doan are actually. Two highly influential players.
Yeah, 2 Japanese there, 1 Croatian on that list. We've not really seen Luka Modric in this game at all.
Nor Kovacic either. Well, there's Modric on the ball now.
Although we saw Kovacic for a small bit in the first half. He tried to create something in the first half.
That's a poor ball right across the face, and here comes Doan.
Here comes the Japanese moving like an anime character, running in.
Inside. It's a good ball to Doan again. Doan up to Maeda. Looks like it's a corner kick to Japan. Maeda causing so many more problems again. He's just everywhere. Against the Rangers against his Rangers nemesis, should I say, and Borna Barisic.
You sound like John confusing you for Rangers.
Yeah, exactly. That was exactly. I was not happy last night with that.
We talked about this off camera, but I like people having entire fuss on like Roy Keane not doing anything while the English celebrate. A lot of people seem to care about Roy Keane not paying attention to England.
Yeah.
But we put it at, but like as me and Chris said, Irishman not gonna really show any emotion when an English goal goes in.
I think Gormy is trying to tell us something.
Gormy, you might need to translate this code.
Yeah, remember I'm Scottish, so we don't know these things. We're a bit slow.
I speak only alcohol, so
what a header. What a header. Ivan Perisic, what a header that is.
By any chance, Gormy, was your code that?
That was some ball. And I think that ball in was from I think that was from Dejan Lovren.
It was. He got credited with the assist.
What a ball from Dejan Lovren.
And that's why he's the best defender, self-proclaimed best defender in the world.
No, it's a peach of a ball in. Absolute peach. And that's no goalkeeper saving that. No goalkeeper saving that.
Like I said, if you're from a Croatian perspective, you need an early goal, and they did get that. That now changes the complexion of the game dramatically. We're now back to the original game plan, I would say, from both of them. Because 1-1 is essentially 0-0, just with fancy. That's what I look at, like draws of 1-1, 2-2. It's essentially a 0-0, just a bit fancier.
Yep. I mean, you would think that's like we said at half time. That's the first goal in the second half is going to be massive, and now Croatia have got it. Can Croatia use all experience and grab a second?
And what will that do to the Japanese? Can they still go at the same momentum like we could see them trying to do now?
Yeah.
Will they be able to keep that up, or will they go back into the shell a bit more?
Oh!
Because you're most vulnerable when you concede or score on both.
What a strike that was from Endo.
Because you're both more vulnerable at the back end of one of you scoring. You could switch off. You can be able to throw it.
As Gomez now said, Japan have the power of anime, Godzilla, and the samurai on their side. They have got this. Well, Gormy, I hope you're right.
They also have the power of sumo wrestling on their side too. We forgot. I mean, I wouldn't want to take on a sumo wrestler. I'm just
no, thank you. No, thank you, indeed.
Flatten me in a second. They also have Super Mario on their side. That's a
bit Mario. Oh,
Japanese Nintendo. That's their baby.
Croatia starting to make some nice passes into the box. So, Japan looking a wee bit ragged at the back. Looking a wee bit ragged at the back there.
Exactly. It's turned into more of a game because now the next goal is the most.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, what we got? We've got another 20. So another 30 minutes left, and it's all. I mean, it's one of those ones. Do you stick or do you twist? Do you bring on another striker for Croatia, or? I mean, you got the Japanese side of things.
It's the one thing you say. Japanese have been very good with their substitutions.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I think the loss of Kubo is going to be massive for them as well, for that wee bit extra running power. But still, they've still got a good team there. They've got a well organized team. But then you look at the Croatian bench. There's not much on that Croatian bench to say frighten.
Yeah, and you very much consider in this tournament, if you're looking at dark horses, you have to say Japan have been pretty much up there in the dark horse kind of category.
Yeah, definitely.
Unless you're Chris that knew this would happen, but
there we go. Oh, I'm lucky. I mean, because I'm looking at the. I mean, you've got Vlasic from West Ham on the bench for Croatia. You've got Paslic, ex-Chelsea player, who didn't really do much. But apart from that, they've got that boy. They've got a boy Maher, who's a very good player. But then you actually look at the Japanese. They've got Matoma on the bench, the boy from Brighton. They've got Minamino. He's a very good player on his day.
Yeah, now at Monaco, he used to be at Liverpool.
Yeah. You've got Asano as well. I mean, and you've got the most Japanese sounding name player ever, Daniel Schmidt. That is a very, very Japanese name. But I think I think the ref. I think we're getting a substitution just now. I didn't see who that was. I think it might be Budimir. I think it is.
Yeah, Ante Budimir came on.
Yeah.
For Bekovic or whatever his name is.
I think
the striker. They took off Bruin, the striker.
Yeah. I mean, Pekovic, that's him that scored against Chelsea, wasn't it? For Dinamo Zagreb, I believe.
Yes, it is. It is. It is
See,
Dinamo Zagreb striker.
There we go. That's
who they have taken off.
I'm surprised
about that. Striker.
From where? From what?
Asuna.
From Asuna?
Asuna striker. They've now put on. They've taken off the Dinamo Zagreb striker and put on the striker from Asuna.
I think, see, with... I mean, I know we keep on going back to it. I mean, Japan are... I think Japan are brilliant. They've... And they can... Let's say they can leave. Oh, what a save. What a great save that is. Luka Modric. First real time we've seen actually Luka Modric play. Strike the ball.
Exactly. He always has that in him, though.
Yeah. I mean, I remember like years ago with Modric, one of his goals for Spurs, takes one touch, just sets it outside, and then the curl into the top corner. It was just he's a gifted player. That looks like Gil Platt from Coronation Street. And for all the American people who Gil Platt is, look up Gil Platt and Luka Modric, and you'll get the reference. And a wee bit.
Substitute for Japan, two of them. And it looks like it's going to be for your boy.
Oh, that's...
Goal scorer.
I'm a bit disappointed now. No longer interested in this game that Maeda's been taken off. Hey, got the wrong colour top.
Asano.
Sano one. Yeah.
For Amazing. And Mitoma for
Mitoma from Brighton. Nagatomo, yeah. From Brighton.
Yeah.
He's kind of just burst onto the scene at Brighton now. He looks a good player. I mean, his goals recently for them have been very good. His debut against Chelsea was outstanding.
But then again, Chelsea that day were not.
Oh, they were miles off it. But it'll be interesting to see what Chelsea comes back in from January.
And see what the amount of players you're linked to with the wallet of Todd Bowley.
Yeah.
Who I've described as like a kid in a candy store with his transfers. He wants Evero.
Yep. Oh. But the thing is, I mean, it'll be interesting to see what Chelsea do. We've kind of talked this, but in more depth soon, I would say. But they must be like kind of watching this World Cup very, very, very intently with the players that they might be interested in. I mean, obviously we've got kind of said it before. Guardiola, he's linked with everyone. You wonder. I mean, I know Celtic have come out and said that Juranovic is up for sale because they've not agreed on a new contract. Maybe he could be a backup for Reece James, because Reece James, if he's injured, they've not got much there to back him up. I mean, you've got Azpilicueta is 33 now, which you're like kind of thinking, right? We need another younger player. I mean, and Juranovic
Yeah,
kind of fits that
what
bill.
Chelsea need is players that suit Potter's system. You bought a bunch of players that are Tuchel players that don't fit in a Pollard system. Like Aubameyang is nowhere near a Graham Pollard.
Nah, I think I think Aubameyang will be gone in. I think he'll be gone in January.
He moved at an unfortunate time for him because you sacked him out of the
Yeah.
team that they got there. He was
Yeah.
definitely one just for Thomas Tuchel.
Yep. But I think, I do think that Potter will be working hard behind the scenes, getting players that he wants. Like, I mean, obviously the main rumor is that Leandro Trossard's coming to Chelsea. That's been as soon as Potter was mentioned as Chelsea manager. That was the first thing that came in. Was
you would consider it's kind of like what Eric Ten Hag did the moment he came to United, went to his old club Ajax and went, "I'm taking some of these with me."
Yeah, I mean, I would not be surprised if you've seen that. Is it Caicedo when he played with Ecuador at the World Cup? I can maybe see him come to Chelsea. Kind of.
That's what I'm saying. I wouldn't be surprised if it was not like similar to like Eric Ten Hag just go to his old club and go like, "You were very good. You coming with me."
Yeah. But I think, I mean, if you look at it, Anthony's a different caliber player to like Trossard and Caicedo. And another substitution for Croatia.
But I think with the thing like Anthony, he's still like a raw talent. Like
talent.
He's not the Finnish. Though we have to play Finnish player type money for him, the Finnish article money for him. He's not that yet. He still has a bit. You saw him even in the Brazil game against Ecuador. Like he was making some nice movements, but his final decision making now and again is not fully there yet, which takes time to develop.
Substitution there for Croatia of Kramaric, the former Leicester player, being brought off for Pasalic, the former Chelsea player.
And everyone's enemy, the linesman, rules off that.
Yeah, so we're coming to the final 20 minutes. So, boom, what do you think the final 20 minutes is going to hold in store for us?
I personally think we're going to get much of the same. I think at this point, for the next, I think we'll see in the last 10 minutes, both sides try and take more of a risk.
Yeah. I do tend to agree with that one. I think, see, with like I kind of said in the half time, can Japan keep up this level of pressing, the pace that we're going at? It kind of looks like they've kind of slowed down a little bit, and that's how the Croatians are kind of getting back into the game.
And if it stays like this, can you continue pressing and like if it goes to extra time?
Exactly.
It seems like a game like this could be the first, because both teams like this could be one of the first games that can go to extra time.
Yeah. Remember, guys, if you are watching just now, please leave a like and a follow on YouTube. It helps us out a great bunch. If you're watching it on Facebook, again, like, share the content again, and on Twitch, give us a follow as well on Twitch. It helps us out.
Shout out to the Twitch chat. This has been the most chat we've had with the chat since the watch-alongs have started. So I appreciate it.
Thank you very much to everyone who's joined us on Twitch as well. We have got a lot of things coming up, don't we, Boom? With the brand new pod. It's going to be exciting.
We have new content on the way.
Exactly. So keep an eye on our socials. Coming soon. We'll see
different types of stuff gonna happen.
Exactly.
And even especially in the new year, you're gonna see a lot of
some special guests, some special content's gonna be made, some new things. Yeah.
And now and again in the new year, you may even see match vlogs. If any of us go to.
So keep an eye on our socials. Like I said, follow us on the socials. Follow us on Twitter as well.
We appreciate us being your home for football.
That's my line, you.
Listen, we can't always pay for the Chris voice. It has to be said by other people sometimes.
Exactly. Appearance fees I'll be coming into soon for myself soon. But yes, Jesus, yeah, that's a good look at that. I mean, Gorman's made a good point there. So he's talking to some of his dad. Imagine if Yugoslavia is still a thing and a national team, Vlahovic, Dzeko, Modric. Milinkovic, Savic as well. That would be a horrible team to play against.
That team probably would have won something.
Yeah, definitely. And I've just got to give a massive shout out to the guy in chat right now, Gormy, for the fantastic new look that he's given us. Massive credit.
Shout out for the thumbnails every week too.
Exactly. Shout out to the thumbnails. He creates these beautiful thumbnails, and just got to give a massive shout out to him. If it wasn't for you, Gormy, this would not be a thing at this moment in time. So thank you.
And his timing of doing these thumbnails is just tremendous work. I couldn't do it.
Yep.
If I even attempted, we'd still be going on for a month before you get one. The 170, but they would have won more stuff going. Is what I'm trying to say. I wasn't around at 74. It doesn't count. It's the 90s up for me. They only count anything.
Gormy, I'll take that $50 that you promised me after for giving that shout out to you. I'll get that later on. Cheers. So we are currently coming into the last 15 minutes now. Still Japan 1, Croatia 1. Not really much has happened since the Croatian goal. It's been again more of a tactical midfield battle again.
It's kind of like what I said. Once you get the early goal from Croatia, they can pretty much go to their first half kind of tactic and just try and slow it down again.
Exactly. So Croatia are on the attack. Josef Janovic whips the ball in. It's a free header for Pasic. He doesn't even test the goalkeeper. As a player, as all of the players who have played Football Manager over the years, Mario Pasic was a Football Manager wonder kid that didn't fulfill his promise.
Another Japanese substitution in.
Kamada going off. And Haruki Sakai.
So Sakai is definitely a Japanese sounding name.
Yeah. Haruki Sakai. I believe he plays in. Yep, got me. It was another Chelsea flop, yeah. I think he's doing well with Atalanta now. I think he's out in Atalanta now. But Haruki Sakai, I'm sure he plays in the Bundesliga again. I believe so. Oh, he plays a right back for Uber Red Diamonds in Japan.
He used to play in the Bundesliga.
Yes, he did play. I thought that. Played for Hanover.
Yeah, he played in Hanover, then went to Marseille on a free, and now is at the Diamonds in Japan.
Yeah, Red Diamonds.
So you were sort of close many years ago.
Yeah, many years ago. See, I mean, my knowledge is good. I do know my players. Yeah, Gormy was a good. He is. Atlanta is a very good player for them. He is a very good player for them.
And now that we have a bit of like a wind down kind of moment here, your flop of the tournament.
Oh, that's a harsh one. Flop of the tournament. Oh, I'm going to give it to a player that we're going to probably see tonight. Heung-min Son.
Yeah, good chat, good chat.
Either him or De Bruyne. That's who my. I would say that's my probably De Bruyne is probably the worst one because he's the best midfielder in the Premier League, but when he goes away with Belgium,
arguably one of the best midfielders in the world at the moment,
Yeah.
Kevin De Bruyne, but all he did during this World Cup is moan about how Belgian players are too old. They're all too old.
Malmo won the Champions League years ago. It was probably the old Cup Winners' Cup. Yeah. Well, because Celtic were in '67. Unlucky Perisic.
Like I said before, Kobe, that's paying Chris's appearance fee.
Exactly.
There's nothing I can do. Without those ads, Chris would not be.
So let me see. No, they have not won they've not won the Champions League. They lost to Nottingham Forest in Munich in 78-79. That is their best ever run in the Champions League. Oh, it's a bad challenge there from Japan on Barisic. That's okay. It's only on Barisic.
Kind of like Arsenal. They've not won the Champions League.
Yeah, there's only one London club that's won the Champions League twice.
Arsenal had a chance and they lost the Barca 2-1 when they had a chance.
The Henrik Larsson Champions League final comes off the bench and creates 2 goals.
Exactly.
So we've got, I would say maybe about 13, 14 minutes left because there's not been much injury. There's not been much injury time. In this game, there's 2 minutes in the first half. There's not been that many incidents so far in the second half. It's not really been stop-start. Would you agree?
Yeah, not really. The only times it stopped is when players went down for like fouls. And the one we just saw there is really the only topic this game has had.
Yeah.
Yeah, people are wearing the mascot on their heads of this World Cup. Once again, still looks like Casper the Ghost. Could probably explain. Maybe Romelu and Kevin De Bruyne were doing their impressions of the mascot. They were just being a ghost.
Yeah, definitely. So chance here for Japan, but why is he not shooting? Tomiyasu with inside the box had a chance to shoot. Was it Tomiyasu? Oh no, it's Sakai, Hiroki Sakai. He's got to shoot there.
He thought it was a filler episode instead of an actual episode, and he passed it out.
Oh, he has to shoot.
Well, Japanese are trying to risk it a bit more.
We look at this. He's in acres of space. Absolute acres of space. Have a shot.
Beautiful passing in. Tries to play it in rather than trying to shoot on the left-hand side of the post.
You've got to have a shot there, man. That's could Japan come to regret that? And out come Japan again, counter-attack.
This is a game, like we said in the last 10 minutes, like these two teams will have to risk it a bit more now.
Yeah.
Because they'll be thinking they don't want
extra time. Yeah.
Because when they're thinking the heads will probably have to play Brazil in the next
Yep. Or as Gormy wants, as the Battle of the Animes.
We might have
So
that, but in their heads, they're thinking before they see the game, they're thinking we'll be playing Brazil in the next round. That's what they
yep.
will be thinking.
That
They'll be
game's on.
hoping they don't, but they'll be thinking that in their heads. We have Brazil next.
That game's on Sunday. I think it
2001.
is. I think that game's on Sunday.
That game is actually on Friday.
Oh, right. Oh, even worse. If that goes to extra time, then
Yeah, that's Friday, 3:00.
Oof.
Whereas Netherlands, Argentina, the other game in that group is Friday at 7.
7. Offside flag against the Japanese player, and we're into the final 10 minutes now. Still Japan 1, Croatia 1.
So going into the Netherlands, Argentina, we will know who the Netherlands, Argentina's opponent will be.
Yeah. That's good. I think because obviously Ryan Reynolds and what's his face? Rob McElhenney have been pushing for it because apart from BT Sport, they've not got any other platform.
It's because they've really pushed that league through their documentary series on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
With Wrexham.
Yeah. It's good for the National League because then it gets them more coverage, gets some of the teams maybe a wee bit more revenue that
might then get them to a bit more money because more people are eyes in that league.
Do you know, I've just noticed that there's not been has there been any bookings in this game?
I've not actually paid attention to bookings.
I don't think there's been any bookings. There's been no bookings at all.
No, there's been no yellow card in this game whatsoever.
That is interesting. A football game going without any bookings. There's not been any bad challenges.
I think speaking of like other games, the group games, I thought it was funny in the group game. The player, Mr. Abubakar, taking off his shirt while already on the, even the ref was having a laugh because like what if.
Come on, Gormy.
I will not be reading that one out. We over here as a Football Nation podcast do not bring up political opinions.
God damn it, Gorman. Oh. So we've got 5 minutes of normal time left, roughly. And
you can get cancelled for less these days, Gormy. I'm just the way the world is, you'll get cancelled for less.
Like I was saying, so into the last 5 minutes of normal time, still Japan 1, Croatia 1.
Could this be the first game of the World Cup that goes to extra time?
Yeah.
But in that Brazil game, even the ref was laughing his ass off when he had to bring out the red card. Because that could have come back to bite Cameroon. They still had like 10 minutes, like 5 or so minutes to play of that game plus added time. They still had like 6 minutes of the added time after he scored that.
Some breaking news just came in. FIFA opens up disciplinary proceedings against the Uruguay FA and 4 of its players. FIFA's opened up disciplinary proceedings against Uruguay's Football Association and 4 of its players over their conduct at the end of the.
I was going to say, because that beat them all surrounding the German ref.
Yes, that is. So, Jose Maria Jimenez, Edson Cavani, Fernando Muslera, and Diego Godin all face potential punishments for breaches of FIFA's disciplinary code related to offensive behaviour and misconduct.
Also, Cavani did punch.
Did
punch the VAR screen afterwards.
Yes. Too. So, we'll see what happens. See what happens. All that as well. And as Gommy just said, Minamino has just came on for Japan. Bit of an attacking change for the Japanese.
Although I've seen now that, KFC's Twitter account, they have trolled Ronaldo. Just a report tried to claim today from Marca that Ronaldo agreed to play for LCU. And stuff and then KFC has now replied saying he's a decent backup to Abubakar, to be honest.
And no, Gommy, I did not say Luis Suarez. Luis Suarez was not one of the 4 mentioned.
Luis Suarez was too busy crying in the corner.
Yep.
And that image got liked by Patrice Evra. It's safe to say he's completely gotten over his incident in forth with Suarez. There's no love lost between them.
Definitely. But it'll be interesting to see what happens with that.
For those who care for Chelsea news, Reece James is apparently back in full training with Chelsea.
Yep, they're actually out in Abu Dhabi right now. They're flying over to Abu Dhabi for some warm weather training.
So good news for that Reece James seems to be back on his feet. And sad news for the thing of no one wants this to happen, but Raheem Sterling's house got robbed while he was out there. That's why he was missing in the England game. Had to go back because his family is a bit distraught, as you would be getting robbed of your house. We're about to have a yellow card. I saw it pop up on my phone. We're gonna have it soon. I have yellow card alerts because we have none.
I believe so, Gar. Oh, that was a badging.
Yeah, that's the yellow card.
Kovacic.
First yellow card of the thing. Well, the Chelsea man.
Yeah. I believe so, Garmy, yeah. He actually connected with more of his own player than the Japanese player, to be fair.
United have gone to Spain for their warm weather train.
It's not very warm in Spain right now because one of my friends is
out in Spain. United chose Spain because we had 2 friendlies against 2 Spanish teams. I think one is Betis.
Speaking about Spain and mid-season friendly, Hearts and Almeria decided to get in a scuffle at half time, and the game was abandoned. Yeah, the referee abandoned the game because 4 or 5 players were punching each other. So, yeah, there's a wee bit of...
Also, I don't think United could have gone to Middle East at this point because with the whole rumors of us being sold, that would have sparked about 10 times.
Yeah.
Rumors that we were suddenly in Dubai or something. like we usually are. We usually go to Dubai, but at the moment that would spark 10 times more rumors than it needs to be for this United team.
And we've got into 4 minutes of added on time. We've already passed one.
We're playing Cadiz and Real Betis in 2 friends. And apparently United have also asked a few teams around the lower leagues of England if they want to connect a friendly.
Yeah, fair play.
They put the offer around, whether anyone accepts it or not. The rumors that we had put in an offer to them. Although the one player that we didn't take with us that didn't go to the World Cup, that we didn't take with us to the warm weather training was Sancho. He's been left in the Netherlands to do individual training.
All right.
He's been sent by Ten Hag to the Netherlands, even before everyone else came back, to work on himself with trainers that Ten Hag knows very well. Just put him in there in the Netherlands. So he's training by himself the entire time. So say what you want about what that tells you about Sancho's future at this moment in time.
Yeah, it doesn't look good for the young Englishman.
He's a man that hasn't really shown his best in games this season. He had a spell at the start of the season where he looked quite well in preseason, and then is disappeared.
Yeah, definitely. And we've got 1 minute added left, roughly, about of added on time. This game looks like it's going to extra time, it looks like. Which we kind of thought it might do because they are 2 evenly matched teams.
Exactly. And sadly for all of you might have to put up our devices for another 30 minutes.
Yeah, we've got more of us later on tonight as well.
Exactly. You have an extra 30 minutes of our voice plus what you were already getting.
It's okay. I'm just tallying up how much I'm getting paid, by the way. So
yeah. Don't be surprised if we have to cut Chris in the afterwards. Just completely halfway through the Brazil game, he just gets cut out and edited. Can't afford his appearance.
Oh,
we've been talking about Neymar and then suddenly gone.
You'd be stuck with Boom.
Because the money will just dry up at that point. The budget.
So last meaningful attack for the Japanese.
I think that's back now. This is going to be blown. They passed it too far back, and it has been blown.
Yep, first game time. It is extra time,
which is not what you want to do, considering that you may be playing Brazil in the quarterfinal.
Daizamida becoming the water boy now, passing out the nice cold water bottles out to his teammates.
And he's already been subbed, so he might as well do something.
Yeah.
Could they have kept him on a bit more? Could they have needed him?
I would have. If I was my dad, I'd be disappointed he came off so early on. But like you said, I mean, when did he get taken off? He got taken off on the 65th minute. So that's normally what he gets taken off at Celtic as well. So maybe question marks over his kind of fitness, plus the heat out there as well. It's still very, very warm at pitch level. So you wonder how that's going to take. I mean, especially like we said earlier on,
there's a lot of dirt on his shorts.
Yeah,
compared to most of those players, he's been on the floor a lot.
Let's say you look at the kind of the heat. It's there as well, but can you?
It's why they have blasting aircon.
Yeah,
in that stadium. Which also can't be good for because you look at that's why Anthony has said that he's felt sick in a lot of these games afterwards. And
that's
played out sick. He blamed the air conditioning in the stadiums for making him sick.
But it was exactly the same as Maguire as well. That's why Maguire went off, because he felt sick because of the aircon. But yeah, this is going to be an interesting time for the managers, I think, because you have got a lot of tired players out there. Again, you've got a lot of older players, like I said, like some Modric, like some Lovren. How are they going to cope with another 30 minutes in their legs if they go through to the next round against either Brazil or South Korea? So you kind of wonder how that's going to have a kind of knock on effect for the even for both nations, if you think on it as well. Because there is a lot of older players in those both teams.
Like I said, will this now knock these teams' energy out of them that they're going in against potentially Brazil or South Korea a bit depleted in energy?
But you think on it, but you look at sports science nowadays. It's crazy. I mean, players can play 90 minutes 2 days later again in another competition. So it is one of those ones that you're kind of wondering.
If you're these two teams now, you're hoping to God South Korea at least do something.
Yeah,
you don't want a non-weakened energy-wise Brazil to go against you. Brazil don't have to exclude much energy. That would be the worst nightmare for you.
I mean, if you think Brazil, right, they could probably field a weakened team. Or if they say, for instance, they go 2 or 3-0 up against South Korea, they can take their key men off. 5 subs they can take some key men off.
So I'm saying, if you're one of these two teams, you don't want that to happen. You want South Korea to make it as annoying as possible.
Yep, exactly. But again, I'm just going to give everyone a shout out. Thank you very much for whoever has joined us today, just listened in to us, Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook Live as well. Thank you very much for choosing us for your watch along. But thank you very much.
It's a longer one today, but
it is a longer one
because these two teams can't decide who's going to win. As we have the second coin toss of the day.
So, boom. Are we going to? We're going to do the full game. We're going to have penalties at the end of it, or do you think somebody can nick it in the period of extra time?
I think they have the talent to nick it in this, but I could also see us go to penalties the way the game panned out, because you have less time in these ones, 15 minutes each half now, so
exactly
not as much time to impact the game as what you would have in the full time.
Exactly. If you think on it, the likes of a bit more fresh legs than Minamino. He's not a player who's going to break those lines. He's more of a kind of fox in the box type of situation kind of player. But then you've got the kind of talent of Kovacic and Modric kind of coming to the fore. It is set up for a great end to the game. It is set up for a great end to the game.
And extra time is where you really want your star players. If you're looking for Croatia, you really want Modric and Perisic to do something in this extra.
Exactly.
Because this is where usually an extra time is usually one bit of talent.
Yeah,
one somewhere.
Yeah, one bit of quality just out of nowhere, like a Modric World Day or a Perisic World Day, or somebody to come up with a fantastic goal.
Because on club football, like when you go into a cup, when that goes into extra time, usually it takes one. I remember one time, United were playing someone, and we went into extra time. It was all boring till there, and then just one Jesse Lingard beautiful goal out of nowhere, and then that was it for the game. The entire extra time. That was early into extra time. So you usually in extra time you just have one moment a lot of the times.
Exactly. And it's an early corner to Japan.
And we have a kid dancing. He wants his 2 minutes of fame doing some weird
TikTok dance.
movements. He's gonna come home. He's gonna go home. He should be in school, but he's gonna tell his classmates that he was on TV. While they were in a max lesson, he was on TV. That's what he's gonna text them. Interesting technique from the header from the Japanese man. Kind of did a roll as he headed it. I said, like, usually in extra time also, it's really when your tactics as a manager kind of go out the window because you just want to go. At this point, because both managers, like some teams do want it, but like a lot of teams, like if you're Croatia, you kind of don't want it to go to penalties because that's always a lottery. Not always
Exactly.
the better team wins penalty shootouts.
Exactly.
Japan on the attack again here. Again, finds no one in the box. It's really Japan's. When they've taken off the Celtic man, they've really not found anyone in the.
Yeah, definitely. It's kind of since Dummies came off, Myers came off. That it's very poor.
They've created the chances, but there's really no one in the box at the end of them.
Yeah. I think it is. Oh. Let it go. It's a corner kick to Japan. Perisic is moaning to the American referee regarding about something.
Probably not happy with the decision of the corner. Apparently, with that Perisic goal before he became the Croatia's best scorer in World Cups.
Yeah.
With 6 goals.
Clash of heads here with Tomiyasu, and that's a sore one.
Yeah, it's why the ref pointed to head no potential, maybe head injury, which is why he's getting the medical team to check it just in case.
Yeah, definitely. I looked at a sore one.
I mean, not as bad as the injury that we saw when we were watching the Iran game, where they decided to keep the keeper on him. Where me and you, Chris, were like saying, you can't continue. They tried it, and then...
Yeah, remember we are delayed because we are watching streams, Gormy, not live TV, if you know what I mean. So we are a wee bit behind.
So we got the delay of we're behind on our own, but we're also behind because streams also delayed slightly too when you go over things. So There's double we're delayed rock, and the save would be delayed too. So there's two on top of.
Yep. Told you it was an MLS ref. But would you believe it? No. Yeah. But see, I mean, the thing is, Gormy, he's actually refereed the game pretty well. Only one yellow card so far, and it was a pretty bad challenge by Kovacic.
He's tried to let the game go.
Yeah, he's let the game flow.
It's like I've seen other refs in this tournament just blow the whistle every 2 seconds.
Yeah. Couple of substitutions for. Oh, that's interesting. Maya coming on for Modric.
And it goes back to what I said. We've not seen much of Modric in this game.
Yeah, but still, he's still.
I'm saying it's on the thing whether you believe Modric could do something out of nothing with Real Madrid, but would believe that because he's done it for Madrid. But it's kind of like it's the tactical decision of do you risk you want to go? Do we change it by taking off our best player for
and Kovacic?
It's one of these things that he's trying to gamble because he doesn't want penalties. This is going to bite him if they go to penalties, taking off Modric. It's a gamble you have to make.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, again, Modric, like I said, we did kind of start it, kind of said at the start of extra time. You wonder how long they had left in the legs after playing 90 minutes there. So he kind of, it's one of those ones.
But now that you take off Modric and Kovacic, what you really now don't want is penalties if you're a Croatian.
Yeah. They would be two bankers for penalties. I think those goes to penalties. But it also looks like Perisic has moved into centre midfield rather than out wide as well. So it's a bit of a tactical reshuffle as well for Croatia. I agree. I do agree, Gormy, regarding MLS. Players and referees will go up over time. Yeah, 100%. I mean, especially they have to because you're going to be hosting the World Cup in 4 years' time. So they kind of have to, especially the referees.
They just kind of have to get better and better in the next 4 years.
Yeah, especially the referees. Sorry, Modric getting a massive big hug. I think that's the last time we'll see Modric in a Croatia top.
Yeah, unless they can get through here, they might.
Unless they get through.
All we know for certain, this is most likely his last World Cup at the age that he is.
Yep.
The only one that would be willing to probably keep playing to try and get to another World Cup is the ego of Ronaldo.
100%.
Chris, we have a question for you.
A massive hug. Massive cuddle.
Yeah, okay. Gormy, get your mind out of the gutter here.
Get your mind out of the gutter, Gormy. Jesus. This is a family-friendly show, Gormy. Come on.
Yeah, the only balls we talk about here is the football or the Ballon d'Or that Modric has. That's the only talk about balls here. why some people talk about soccer and we talk about football. Now, this first bit of extra time has gone by pretty quickly.
It has. It's been not much in it. I think we could be going to penalties here. I think.
As the game goes on more and more, you got to ask yourself, was the Modric substitution? They're going to be asking themselves, was the Modric substitution worked?
Yeah.
That's what it is. Some managers risk those taking off your best player to change things, and some managers wouldn't even dream of it. Like,
Yeah,
that was the problem with Wales. You would think they would have needed to take off like Bale at one point, but they didn't want to risk it.
Yep, and Ramsey as well. So it's again like on the from the English point of view, you wouldn't take off Harry Kane to unless he was injured or the game was won. You wouldn't take him off.
It's because it's a big risk once you take off your, because even if they're not playing good, they could come a moment out of nothing.
Yeah.
We see Modric do beautiful, like a pass to nothing at many points.
Yeah. But still level at 1-1 coming to the last 2 minutes of the first half of extra time. It's not been a great first period, has it?
No. It's been very much no one has really had an attack, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
A lot of crosses into the box, but they've not really done anything.
Yeah. It is like literally that's kind of set up like we do not want to get beat here. It's like it could be one mistake or 1 minute, one moment of absolute glory.
So like I said, really in extra time, you sometimes only have that one chance.
Yeah. I think January, Gormy, Livkovic, he's a good goalkeeper. He's a very, very good goalkeeper. But who really needs a goalkeeper just now? Chelsea, maybe. But is he that good? Oh, that's a good save.
A good strike.
That was a very good save from I think it was Matoma. Yeah, it was Matoma.
Yeah, speaking of goalkeepers, not many people at the moment are looking for a first choice
Yeah,
keeper. A lot of them are in the market for second choice keepers.
Well, Chelsea are looking for a first choice.
Yeah. But saying a lot of talk at the moment from a lot of teams would be more your second choice goalkeepers rather than your.
Well, Gormy, if the rumours are true that Mendy is leaving, that's the thing.
He's not had the best of times at the start of Graham Potter.
No. Kepa, I like Kepa. He's done well since he came back into the foray. Selena, we don't know much about Gabriel Selena. Only it came from the MLS, but it's a kind of unknown entity. Do you know who I would love for Chelsea to go and get? The Porto goalkeeper, Diego Costa, yeah.
And the person linked mostly to United at this particular moment in time. Yep. I don't see us going for him till the summer, so there might be potential for someone to steal him in January. United will be more looking for a keeper in the summer.
Yeah.
I think we pretty much put it down to that we're fine with De Gea till the end of the season. Then we'll look to maybe more of a future option.
I mean, again, it all depends on what De Gea wants to do as well.
Yeah. Because all the rumors coming from De Gea that he wants to lower his wages to stay at United.
Yeah.
Those are the rumors coming from his side at the moment. Whether they're true or not is another thing, because I've not heard him say it. But
Exactly.
that could just be paper talk trying to say that he wants to stay.
Yeah, Gorman Mendy is looking to leave Chelsea. It looks like.
The thing is, like with Mendy, he's clearly not in Graham Potter's straight of mind.
Yeah.
The moment Potter went in, instantly dropped him for Kepa.
Well, it was after the mistakes he kind of made before.
Yeah, but it's pretty much instantly Kepa's my number one.
Yep.
Like when it came to the main games. And in fairness, till Kepa got injured, he did kind of make a claim for the spot.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. And there we go. First half of extra time done and dusted.
Pretty much in the United game, I believe it was pretty much Kepa versus United for most of that game. Till Chelsea got that penalty in that game. From what I remember of that game, Chris.
What was that? Sorry,
I was saying that the Chelsea versus United game, I thought it was pretty much your keeper versus United from
definitely
until you got the penalty from McTominay.
Yeah, and then the debatable Casemiro goal that should have never stood because he was over time. But that's Anthony Taylor for you, who hates Chelsea with an absolute passion.
Listen, as a United fan, I will take it mainly because I just loved Casemiro's passion when he scored that to me.
Yeah. Gourmet.
But the reason that wasn't a loss for Chelsea was because of Kepa.
Yeah.
He was making beautiful saves and
Yep.
he was the one Chelsea player that pissed me off that game. I was like, where was Kepa? Where was this when you signed? Kill us.
Exactly. Massive team talk there from the Japanese. And I think there's been a substitution.
Yeah, there has.
Moriata
off.
And Tanaka. And Gourmet is about to have an aneurysm regarding these adverts. It's on Twitch.
We may have a meeting to discuss adverts soon.
Well, that's what that. I say keep the adverts on because that's paying me. Jesus Christ.
That's what I'm saying.
It's another double substitution for the Croatians.
But I do find that Twitch has started to push a lot more adverts on.
Yeah, they have. Orsic comes on for Perisic and...
We said they win this game to get all the shiny Charizard cards.
Bunimir came on as a sub for the first half. Second half. And he's been subbed again. What does that tell you for what did that tell you for him? Take off Petkovic and bring on him, and then he gets subbed at half time and then extra time. Maybe it's penalties in mind. Orsic is quality.
I mean, you pretty much think of it as long as the second half goes, your mind is starting to think about penalties.
Definitely.
Although, speaking of adverts, I do find that Twitch as a platform lately has been pushing a lot more ads more frequently.
Yeah.
Than what they use. I think they're trying to push people more and more into hitting subscribe buttons.
Yep. So if you are watching on Twitch, hit that subscribe button. It helps out a great bunch.
Gourmet. If you really want to get rid of the ads.
Gourmet.
The one and only option for this, the get rid of it. Jono's annoying entrance. Blame Jono. It's all John. He's too busy making pizzas to fix the.
Yeah. He's on a double. I think he's on a double shift today as well. It's a Monday.
Yeah.
Unlucky him.
He's too busy making World Cup team pizzas.
Yeah.
Which must be a pain to actually try and think of an idea for a World Cup. Because all you can think of is making a flag.
Yep. Yes, duck pizza. Duck pizza. But yes, so into the second half of extra time. Still currently Japan 1, Croatia 1. We look like we are heading to penalties, it looks like. Unless someone comes up with a moment of absolute madness and nabs it for their country. Can somebody become a national hero and get into the last 8 of the World Cup?
You're looking for if Japan can do that and get into the quarterfinal, that'd be a great achievement for them.
100%. I mean, they were not favourites to get out of that group, and they got out of that group with Spain and Germany in it.
They were not favourites to top that group.
Exactly.
More impressive thing.
Exactly.
It's why I said you got to feel for look at Morocco, like they win their group, and then they get Spain.
Yep.
It's like how you work your ass off to win a group, and then you get Spain, who somehow finished second when they were top going into that. It was a madness of a group that in the end, like. It's even more mad than at one point Costa Rica were winning, and then suddenly both Spain and Germany were out for like 30 minutes until Germany started winning again. So honestly, Spain has to thank Germany for somehow winning the game.
Yeah, definitely, because that would have been interesting to see how that would have worked out. I mean, Japan and Morocco going through. Not Morocco, Japan and Costa Rica going through. I'm like, that would have been an absolute turn up for the books. That would probably the biggest World Cup shock ever.
Yeah. Especially a Costa Rica team that almost got out of the group ahead of Spain after losing 7-0 to Spain.
Yeah.
That would have been mad.
Just seen a lot of players kind of stretching off there. Barisic, I seen over the far side there. He looks like he's carrying a bit of a knock as well, which would be good news for Celtic supporters coming into January when Celtic play Rangers on the 2nd of January, which we could be doing a watch along depending on if I'm not in the pub.
That's the criteria.
So yeah, but there's. I mean, we have kind of alluded to it. There is going to be a lot more content getting pushed out from ourselves. More watch longs are going to get happening when the kind of Premier League and Champions League, Europa League, all that comes back. So, like you said, if follow us on Twitter, follow us on Twitch.
More different types of different series coming out.
Yeah, so keep an eye on our socials all times, and yeah, just follow us on our own Twitters as well. I'm Chris _Watt89. We've got Crazy Boom double underscore at the end, and yeah, just keep an eye on our socials as well for new things that's coming, and yeah. Things looking bright for the Football Nation podcast.
And like I said, also we may see maybe match day vlogs in the new year if one of us go to games. Like for me, I have tickets for the Ireland games for the qualifiers where we'll probably get smashed by France. But if you want to see,
and I've got tickets for the Scotland games as well. So we've got a friendly in June against England. So Scotland versus England in June. So yeah, it's gonna be that could be a good thing. And who knows? I might be sitting with one of my colleagues from the podcast. Maybe Jono can come up, or someone from the channel can come up and watch Scotland beat England at Hampden Park. But we've got 8 minutes left of this Japan Croatia game. The first half is kind of the extra time's just kind of fizzled away, isn't it?
Yeah, which can't happen in extra time. Like, you don't get much chances to win a game in extra time. You really don't get.
2 seconds. So currently 7 minutes away from full time, and we are going to penalties. It looks like.
Penalty shootouts are always interesting. You either get very good penalties or horrific misses.
I've always hated watching penalties.
Well, like when you have a stake in the game when it comes to a penalty, it's always the most annoying. Coming from a United fan, penalty shootouts are the worst because notoriously recently, if you've ever seen a United penalty shootout, we're not that good at them.
See, the last one I can remember from a Chelsea point of view, it kind of turned out not too bad.
We got knocked out of cups on penalties. We lost the Europa League final on penalties. That the David De Gea, because David De Gea is a great shot stopper, not a very good penalty stopper. That man.
Yeah.
Although he did redeem himself that season and saved a few actual penalties during 90 minutes, but in penalty shootouts, not really the best man to be put in charge of a penalty shootout.
Very, very true.
And from a Chelsea perspective, one of the thing is when one of the most famous ones is when Kepa refused to come off in a penalty shootout.
Yeah.
That's the one I remember of Chelsea against City.
No, the one I remember vividly was the Didier Drogba penalty shootout with him winning the Champions League against Bayern Munich in their own backyard. So,
Maurizio Sarri's complete argument with Kepa just saying no.
Yep. So, chat, if you're out there, what is your personal penalty heartbreak or penalty absolute elation?
Another elation for me is like I remember it when I was younger on one of those old dinosaur of a TVs. There was just like a brick. I watched the 2008 Man United versus Chelsea Champions League final when that went to penalties.
Yeah, don't remember me. Don't remind me.
And we would have had the opposite reaction to that because it started off so horribly as the United perspective that suddenly turned into a chance. Like we were fully losing that penalty shoot.
Yep.
Until Mr. John Terry.
Yep. And there's another booking for Croatia, and it's a Borna Barisic.
So it's a more interesting perspective that you were starting that jubilation and then went to
tears.
Yeah. And then I was the opposite. Started with distraught and went to jubilation in that one.
Now, it's unlucky.
Which was nice for me, you won it later on than like a few years after that, in 2012, I believe.
Yep, Drogba one, like I was saying. Yep.
Yeah, but like that was the only Champions League game that I remember because the last one that won was the treble. I was one.
Let's see what's happening.
Across in the box by Croatia, but still comes to nothing.
Still nothing, yep.
We're edging that bit closer to the dreaded penalty shootout. Which at least this game had goals. Like it would have been a lot worse if there was like
if it was I was going to say if it was nothing each, then we'd be sitting here very, very, very bold at our skulls. But at least there's been some goals. There has been some decent play from both sides, but like we said, they've just cancelled each other out.
Exactly. It's not like when I was doing like the solo thing against like Brazil. It took like a very long time.
Yeah.
For them to break, because Switzerland were not trying to play at all in the game. Like a lot of games in this World Cup, like near the end of group stages, I have said the game needs a goal to actually turn it into a game. There's some sides that are just happy to sit back and not really attack.
Yeah, definitely. Final ball incoming from Juranovic. Back post. Picked up by Barisic. Barisic still on the ball. Tries to whip one in. It comes off the Japanese player's face. And he's down for some treatment.
Eating up a bit of the time, too.
Yeah.
Because he looks pretty much fine.
Yeah.
We are coming to the end of the second half of added time. So, by the looks of it at the moment, unless Croatia could do something out of nothing, it pretty much looks like we're going to a penalty shootout.
Yep. Barisic takes on his player, and it's wild. That kind of sums up Baric's performance. And I would say he's usually, I mean, I've seen him like kind of close hand with obviously Rangers. He's normally got a better delivery than that. He's mainly more accurate, but
a minute of added time.
1 minute added on. Chance here. Hits off his good defending. Oh,
Japan break comes to nothing. They tried it and a shot here that goes wide.
Yeah.
And you would pretty much say that maybe that.
That's probably that, yeah.
Because you would think the keeper at this point would delay a bit before kicking it out. Just so you just get the penalties at this point. You don't do anything stupid. Which is what he seems like he's doing yet. The Japanese keeper is delaying enough time that this will just go to penalties from his kickoff. Yeah, that is exactly what exactly what happened. The Japanese keeper delayed enough time just for this to go to the penalties. And now it comes to how much can the managers motivate it, because this is all on the players now. Themselves, no tactics with penalty shootout. It's just they just happen. All the manager can do now is give their players a last bit of motivation. That's what this comes down to. Which manager can motivate their team the most for this penalty shootout?
Who could be a hero? Who's going to be the villain? Could be a keeper. Could be keeper versus keeper situation, or there's so many different kind of permutations for both.
Penalty shootouts usually put the most pressure on the goalkeepers.
Yeah. 2 seconds.
As a keeper, your nerves shoot up to 11.
Oh, and I'm back. Oh.
If you're a goalkeeper, this is probably the most nervous you are in 90 minutes.
Definitely. So who are you going for? Boom.
It's a hard one to choose the penalty shootouts. Both sides can easily win it.
Yeah.
I said we couldn't have a winner in 90 minutes. This will come. It's a famous word that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer used a lot of those times in his post-match, but it's going to come down to fine margins.
Well, I mean, let's say someone can be a hero, but also someone can be a villain. So,
like I said, this puts a lot of pressure on both goalkeepers.
Yep.
This is where a goalkeeper can shine. We have a new man on the coin toss this time with Lovren. Modric was in the last 2 coin toss.
Two former Southampton colleagues, Yoshida and Lovren.
It was Modric in the last 2 coin tosses, but on the 3rd coin toss, it's Tajan Lovren.
So this is to see who wins the first penalty shootout. What do you think? Do you think it's who? What do you think? For who do you think should take? Do you think whoever goes first? Do you think they've got an advantage, or do you think it's more pressure on them?
If you score there's more pressure in the beginning, but I find if you score the first penalty, you put pressure on the second person to score. You're more in the driving seat if you pick first, but if you pick first, you need to be the one that scores it. Like if you miss your first penalty, you're in a heap of trouble because then the rest of your team needs to score the next few penalties.
So it's Japan up first. Minamino looks like he's going to be the first person up.
That's what it comes down to. You don't want to miss the first penalty in a penalty shootout.
He looks nervous.
I don't like the way he's looking.
Yeah, he looks nervous. The referee just telling him make sure they're both feet on the line. We seen it last night when Lloris kind of encroached and the penalty was retaken again last night in the Poland-France game. So here we go. First penalty is about to be taken. It is Japan up first. Takumi Minamino.
Don't like the way he looks.
Referee's whistle blows. And it's saved.
You could tell. Some of the ones you can tell when they're too nervous for a penalty. He didn't.
It's a poor penalty for Minamino. It's a very poor penalty for Minamino.
Well, like I said, you don't want to miss the first penalty.
Oh, it's a good penalty. It's a good penalty. Croatia
Croatia are now in believe with them scoring that penalty now puts a lot of pressure on the second Japanese pen taker. Now you gotta ask yourself, could the Celtic man have been needed here?
Yep. It's
I don't like the
Matoma.
run-up.
Oh, it's another save from the keeper.
I didn't like the run-up.
Could it all be going wrong for Japan?
It was something about that run-up that Japanese player did there.
Oh.
And there's just something about the run-up that he did that I wasn't.
Yeah.
It could be 2-0 to Croatia here.
It's Brozovic, the Inter Milan player, is up, steps up. I goes
Right
right
down the middle.
Right down the middle.
Keeper dives to his left and it goes straight down the middle.
That's a massive penalty now for Japan. If they score here, keeps them still in it. But if they miss, it is game over, you would say.
Yep. This man needs to score. He knows it. All those fans know it.
Sano.
Sano.
Yep.
He does look calm though compared to the rest of his compadres.
And he scores. It's a good penalty.
Finally, a good Japanese penalty.
And who's up next for Croatia? Didn't see. It's who's that? Didn't see his name there. Oh, excuse me. Oh, he's missed.
The post. He hits the post.
He was too cocky, we say. I think he keep it safe. I think he keep it to save the enemy because he dives the right way, but still a poor penalty. Maya Yoshida, the captain, to bring Japan right back into it, you would say, if he scores here.
But if he misses here, then it's advantage Croatia that they can now win.
Oh, he saved it.
If he gets the right way. Now, if Croatia score this, Croatia win.
Yep.
And we've only seen one Japanese penalty taker actually score today. A bunch of nerves, and you would have to say the experience of Croatia in these situations is shown true.
Yep. And it's Mario Pasalic of Atalanta
to win it for Croatia. And he does.
And they're through.
Sends the keeper the wrong way. Croatia players are running onto the pitch to hug their team. The goal scorer hugs his goalkeeper and they all now pile on. The experience of Croatia wins out in the penalty shootout. Yep. They've been here more times than Japan. They can have a lot of heart. Japan did their best.
Yeah, definitely.
They just weren't confident when it came to these penalties. And it's 3-1 to Croatia on penalties. One in the game, 3-1. David now number one pick for Man United. I mean, he's probably, if he's linked to Chelsea, he'll be linked to United pretty quickly. It's usually how it goes.
So good. I mean, from a pretty, it was a pretty even game, you would say. Sad to see the Japanese go out. They've done so well to get out of the group. They've done so well this tournament. They've got a lot of positives to take away from this. Yes, it's sad to go out on penalties, but yeah, fair play to the Croatians. I wouldn't say they edged it, but experience shone through the
penalties are a lottery, and Croatia
Yeah.
have no experience in these kind of nervous situations.
Yeah. But yes, good result for Croatia.
Luka Modric goes into the next round
Yep.
to potentially meet his old Real Madrid friend in Casemiro and his Real Madrid friend in Rodrigo.
So, boom, your final analysis on today's game, Japan versus Croatia.
It's a very even tactical game, back and forth. Like, no one really got high marks except for the highest player was a Japanese player, and Endu was the highest rated, an 8.2.
So we'll be taking a short break for an hour.
Yeah, it's shorter than our usual.
Yep, shorter than usual.
Usual breaks because we went to extra time.
So join us live later on, where we will be hosting Brazil versus South Korea. The Brazilians with Neymar but on their backs again. Son trying to lead a nation. Will Neymar carry the nation again, or will it be Son sent home crying?
And maybe the other anime thing can win, because the anime didn't help Japan today.
Exactly. I just want to say thank you for everyone that watched us today.
Big shout out to Gormy. Big shout out to Gary Miller, who popped in at one point.
Yep. Jono, who popped in when he's working. Thank you very much, guys, for tuning in.
And Mundy at the Sports Capital. We always appreciate you.
Yep. We will be back at 6:45 for build up to Brazil versus South Korea. Until then, thank you very much and see you soon.